There we go, there we go, there we go.
All the way to the top.
So that's what happens. You start off long, hard, those pressure from the contractions pushes your baby down, and that cervix starts to change. It shortens, it softens, it becomes paper thin, and it begins to open.
Kia ora everyone, I'm back with another video. This one's going to be about my experience at my first Hapū Wānanga. So let's get right into it. So the best way I could describe Hapū Wānanga is that it's an antenatal class. In saying that, I've never ever attended an antenatal class. In fact, this was the first sort of workshop, class, course, or whatever you could call it, that I've done during my pregnancy to prepare for having a baby and like early parenting and all of that sort of stuff. So we talked about the history of birthing practices in New Zealand that are specific to Māori culture. So that was like, what did our ancestors do, pre-colonization, how did it change after colonization up until the present day today. We talked about the changes in our whānau. Other things we talked about was like the position of baby inside of the whare tangata. We talked about the different stages of labour. We also had a few community speakers who came in from Orotua, which is similar to Plunkett for here in New Zealand. We had a speaker come in and speak about the baby slings or baby wraps. We had a lactation consultant come in and talk about breastfeeding, as well as touching base on formula feeding. There was also a lady who came in and talked about safe sleep and SUDI, which is known as sudden and unexpected death in infancy. We covered heaps of topics. And probably the best part of the whole experience, other than the whole thing, was three things that I could think of. Firstly was making the muka iho, which are the little ties that go around the baby's umbilical cord after they've been born. But we made some muka ones, which is, muka is a fibre that's extracted from a certain type of harakeke, and it's, I guess you could say it's a traditional practice in Māori culture that, the baby, instead of this plastic peg from the hospital, it's a muka iho. In fact, I don't have mine on me to show you because it's up away drying, but I might add in a video later on if I can be bothered going to get it. Another part of the experience that I really enjoyed was just meeting other hapu mama and sharing our different experiences, our different perspectives of giving birth and like being a mum and all of that sort of stuff. And probably the last thing that I really enjoyed about the whole experience was just the amount of aroha and manaakitanga that was shown throughout the whole experience. That was, between myself and the other girls, the other hapu mama, but as well as from the teachers and the facilitators of the Hapū Wānanga. That would have to be the stages of labour, and we talked about the birthing timeline. So what does giving birth actually look like when you're in the hospital or the birthing unit? I really enjoyed those two things, probably because labour and giving birth is probably the thing I fear most of being pregnant something that I'm really just anxious about, and something that I really need to work on overcoming. And I think being informed about, you know, the different stages of labour, what birth, and like, you know, hearing professionals, you know, these midwives talk about what birth is like and the different procedures and medical interventions that you might encounter when you're in labour and when you're about to give birth. All of that information I really appreciated, just because I feel like now, after the whole experience, I'm a little less anxious. I'm feeling a bit more confident in my body and just myself, that I can do this, and that yeah, it's not going to be so bad like I've told myself. And after all of that, we did get given quite a lot of freebies, if you ask me, and like, I am over the moon. I am so thankful and so grateful to the organisers of Hapū Wānanga to be receiving these gifts. But further than that, so first thing I want to show is this nappy bag, Hapū Wānanga. So it's got the, oh gosh, that's too bright. But it's got their logo on it, which I love. I think it's such a cool logo, and it's such a cool modern bag. But not only did we get the diaper bag, there's actually quite a lot of things we got inside of it. What are these called? Breast pads. I really need these. As well as the little book for baby and baby's hair. And we also got one of these little packs. I was actually given one of these packs when I was first had my first midwife appointment. And as well as this, we got some tui balm. That's pretty cool. I don't actually know what this is. It's just for baby's delicate skin. Tiny as little nappies, so cute. And
like I've said in one of my previous videos, my bedside nursery, I'm actually taking on the reusable nappy route. Obviously, if I've been given disposable nappies as well as disposable wipes, so I'm not going to dispose them out. I'm going to put them to use, so I'm really grateful for these.
And then got given another little book, but also these little knits, which I think is so cute. So a little knitted beanie, so cute. And this little cardigan, which I am going to treasure these forever, as well as the cutest little Hapū Wānanga baby onesie. And I just love this. I think it's so cool, and it's, you know, it's gonna just forever remind me of this really cool experience I had at Hapū Wānanga. So the bag in itself is such a cool thing to receive, and then you get all these extra goodies inside of the bag. It's just like, oh, it's so cool. And so the last thing we got given from this Wānanga, which is honestly, like, I am so grateful for receiving this taonga, and it is a wahakura. So beautiful, beautiful wahakura. This wahakura was made by a lady named Puhi from Taranaki.